Hey everyone, welcome back. This is another tutorial using Play Canvas game engine. Alright, so here I am on my projects screen. You can always click on the Home tab. You can also always come up here to where you're logged in the top right hand corner, and you can click on Home or Projects just to get back there as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and create a new project, or you can click up here where it says New. It's going to be a blank project. And I'm going to go ahead and call this Materials Demo. Click on Create. And now click on the Editor button to open up the Editor tab. Okay, so when you first create a scene, you always get a first scene that's called Untitled. You just click on the word Untitled to get you into the editor. First thing you want to do is come up here where it says Untitled, and you see a little gearbox, and click on that. And then you'll see over here on the right hand side, right over here, it'll say Untitled. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And you can call this whatever you want. I'm going to call it Level 1. Okay, so good. So now that's renamed. All right, so we've got two objects here, a plane and a cube. I'm going to go ahead and add in a new object. So the way that I like to do that is I like to come over here to the hierarchy. I like to click on Root, then click on the little plus button here, come down here to Primitive, and you can go ahead and choose whichever one of these you want. And I think I'll go ahead and make a cylinder. Let's move it over. And I'll go ahead and I'll add in a capsule as well. Now, you'll see that I had the cylinder selected when I added in the capsule. And that means that the cylinder now owns the capsule. And you can see the capsule here is underneath the cylinder. If I move the capsule, I can move the capsule individually, but if I select the cylinder and move it around, the capsule will go with it. And that's because the capsule belongs to it. So the way you unjoin them is you click and drag and move the capsule up in the list or down in the list. So that way it becomes its own separate entity. Okay, great. So the main focus of today is going to be down here in the Assets panel. We're going to learn how to make materials. And materials is where you can give everything from a solid color to textures and things like that. So let's come on down here to Assets. And we're going to click on this little plus button here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a folder. So the new folder is created, and to rename the folder, you click on it once, come over here on the right hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and name this folder Materials. Okay, and you can see that the folder is renamed. You can go ahead and double click the folder to go inside it, and now you'll see over here on the left, you'll see that you're inside the Materials folder. If I want to go back, I can just click on this little folder up here above, and now I'm back. Okay. You can also, if you're inside a folder, you can come up here and you can click on this little sort of backwards arrow, go one folder up, and you can do it that way as well. All right, so I'm going to get inside the Materials folder, and now I'm going to go to the Add Assets, and I'm going to add in a material, and I get a new material right here. Over here on the right, you want to name the material. So maybe I'll call this red brick. And there you go. The material is made. Now, if I want to give it just a solid color, I'm going to come down here and see the category diffuse. And if I scroll down, you'll see that there's a place for a texture, which is what we're going to do in a moment. And I can just do a solid color. So I'll click on color here, and I can go ahead and choose whatever I want. I'm going to choose this kind of a warm red, something like that. Okay, good. Now, the way to apply a material to any one of these objects, there's two main ways you can do it. You can go ahead and drag it right onto the object, which is super easy to do. Or you can select the object, and over here on the right hand side, you'll see all of this information over here. And so I could just drag the material over here to the right, and you'll see that it highlights in orange showing you where to put it, which is really helpful. And if I let go, you'll see it goes there, and then there we are. Now let's say you apply the wrong material to an object. You simply select the object, come over here, and you'll see right here it says it's got the red brick applied, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the little X to get rid of it. All right, I'm going to make a second material just so we have a variety here. So again, I'll go Add, Material, and this one I'll go ahead and just call Grass. Okay, and I'll go to Diffuse, and I'll go ahead and just give it a base green. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to apply the green to the plane, and then I'm going to apply the red brick to the box and to the capsule, just so we can see. All right, so now the question is, how do I get a texture involved in here? So what you want to do is open up a new tab, and you'll want to go do a search like we've done in past videos. So something like, I could go ahead and type in grass, texture, and seamless is a really good word to add to your search. So you go here to images, and you can go ahead and you can find some. There are some free ones out there, of course, and then there are a lot of paid ones, so just be aware of that. All right, I've already downloaded a grass texture and a brick texture, so now I want to go ahead and get those in here. So what you're going to do is, I'm in here in my materials folder. Again, I'm going to go here to the plus, and I'm going to choose at the top of the menu, I'm going to choose Upload. So when I do that, I'm going to go to my folder where I've made my textures, and here's my grass, and I can just say Open, and down here in the bottom right hand corner you'll see a little uploading progress bar. I'll go ahead and do that again. Upload, go find some bricks, and there we go, they come right in. So let's see, can I just drag the grass right on top of there? Doesn't look like it. And it's because what you need to do is you need to connect and associate this texture with this material. So if I select the grass material, and now it's loaded up over here on the right, now I can come over here and I can drag the grass right over here into the diffuse. And when I do that, you'll see that it goes ahead and loads it up. I'll do the same thing. I'll select the red brick material, I'll drag and drop the red brick texture over here, and you'll see that now, because these two objects have been assigned the material, they both get it here. Now, these objects are not UV mapped like we've talked about UV mapping in some of my Clara IO videos. They look pretty good. The cylinder is actually really quite good. The bricks are a little on the stretch side, but it's working. And now that you've got it set up, I can just drag this red brick material right on top of that cylinder, and you can see that they're all there. Now, because these three objects are sharing the same material, that means that if I change this red brick material in any way, if I make it darker or brighter or make it shinier with specularity, any change I make to it, all of these objects are going to get that same change because they share the same material. Now, if I wanted to have two different brick materials, I would have to actually have to make two different brick materials, add different textures, and then they could be different than each other. Okay? All right, so that's going to be it for this tutorial. Creating basic folders. You can see here I have a materials folder. If I double click inside, I can see all my materials and I can see all my textures. And it's really cool how Play Canvas does it, where the materials look like this sphere and the textures look nice and flat, so you can really tell what they are. All right, thank you very much. I will see you in the next video.